Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of The Disruption Show. My name is Claire Munde and today we're going to be talking all about building passive income. What is passive income? What is active income? Many times we hear that the route to financial wellness and independence lies in growing your passive income. So to have this discussion, I'm happy to have on my panel Dennis Kangara, who is a financial education trainer with Equity Group Foundation. Welcome to you.
Thank you.
I'm also happy to have you, Nafuna Were, who is a financial planner. Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, I'd like us to talk a little bit about growing our passive income. And what is passive income in the first place? Because many times we are told that if we want to be financially well, if we want to have that financial independence, we need to start growing our passive income sources. So there's active income, there's passive income. But what is what? And I'll start with you, Dennis. Tell us the difference between active income and passive income and the other sources of income and how we differentiate the two.
Thank you. The difference between active income and passive income, as we call it active, is an active income that you are involved, you're actively involved in the day-to-day activity in generating that income. Also for the passive income, is that income that after you have reinvested your capital, it will continue earning for you without you being actively involved in earning that income. So the difference is, for active, you are involved fully in generating that income. An example, like when you want to be paid your wages, your bonus or commission, that is an active income. But for the passive income, it's like when you invest in stock that pay dividends, you earn something. When you invest in bills and bonds, you earn interest from the government when they pay after that period that you have agreed. So that is the main difference between the two. One, you are actively involved. The other one, you are not actively involved. Money is working for you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for that, Dennis. Now, Nafuna, he's talked about being actively involved in generating income. So let's say your day-to-day job is an active source of income. Then he's mentioned other sources like maybe bonds, government instruments, maybe stocks, where you don't have to have the day-to-day involvement. But then there are some people who argue, there are people who, let's say, go to the stock market and then they're looking at the stock prices, on a very regular basis. You're looking, oh my goodness, this one has gone down, this one has gone up. So someone might argue that is also a source of active income, because some people are really in the thick of things, while there are others who look at, okay, you have a stockbroker or whatever, but then some people find like they're glued to the newspapers or looking online to see how the stock or whatever is doing. So how do we differentiate the two, and when does it move from being, yes, you're in stocks and it's passive, to you're actually obsessing? It becomes an obsession for some people. So how do we differentiate the two?
Okay, first of all, just like my colleague has said, passive income means that you do not have too much to do with whatever it is that's generating the money for you. You see, like for example, in the stocks, in as much as you go and you monitor it and you do whatever you have to do on your screen, there's really nothing much. You don't have too much power that you can go and change it up, or you could go and make it rise or make it drop. No, that's passive, Whereas active, you could say, for example, someone who's earning a commission, however hard they work, that is exactly what they get paid. Or someone who's going to work from 8 to 5, their effort is what basically gets rewarded. When it comes to passive, it's not about your effort. It's not about what you do, but it's about what is working in the background for you without your active involvement.
Okay, I think that's a very important distinction to put. So as much as you might be obsessing over how the stock prices are moving, you don't really have power over it. Whereas in active income, your effort is what may translate to how much you get. Yes. So I think that's a very important feature to point out. Now, I'd like us to talk a little bit about how young people can start building their passive income streams. So for somebody who's maybe just started out in the work environment and they're thinking, okay, maybe I'm not earning too much. How can someone start putting aside, even if it's a little bit, every month or every so often, to make sure that their nest is growing? Because there are people who have this idea that you have to have a very big amount of money before you put it into something, whether it's land, whether it's stocks, whether it's real estate, whatever. But how can you start from where you are? Dennis?
You can start from where you are, because it will usually depends on where you are targeting. Your financial goal is where you want to invest your money and the money that you have at hand. But right now we have so many passive income opportunity that the youth can utilize. Now, example, we have like the online market where we call, you can tap on an inch, you start a YouTube channel or a Twitter channel or a TikTok channel. That inch, you can use it to create a affiliate marketing where you will be advertising other people products, other people jobs, and in the process you are earning something out of using the people that are following your page. So that there is affiliate marketing that is so easy. Just need a phone, an account, and you start a passive income. Also, we have something called treasury bills and bonds. Right now the government have tried, at least if you have 30,000 at hand, you can be able to buy something. You can buy bills from the government. 50,000, you can buy bonds from the government, infrastructure bonds that are tax free. So in the process, you can, the small amount that you have can invest in something that is passive and you're able to earn something. Like, right now in Equity we have an account that we call Jijenge account. Jijenge account, as we call it, Jijenge, is building your, is an account that will help you build yourself. The minimum amount that you can save in a month is 300 bob, and from that amount that you save monthly, at the end of the year it earns some interest. So the interest is a passive income that you have earned from saving 300 bob per month. So it is possible to earn from that little amount that you have. That's why I always recommend the youth, they should consult with the professional in this industry of finance, financial advisors. For us, we know the opportunities that exist, that only need small capital for you to invest and you'll be earning something for yourself. Thank you.
Okay, I like the way you've talked about maybe starting a YouTube channel or social media. That's where a lot of young people are these days, millennials and Gen Zs. But then talk to us about the effort that is required in it, because sometimes people think about you'll open a channel and then tomorrow you'll be a millionaire, but it takes quite a bit of effort, and sometimes you actually have to put in something before you actually get something. So you've talked about affiliate marketing and whatnot, but talk to this Gen Z or millennial who is like, okay, I'll start my channel today and then I'll get money tomorrow. Time horizons, because sometimes people don't have that patience, especially young people. You want to start today and tomorrow you want to see double or triple of what you've put in. So talk to us about even the mindset when getting into passive income. How should you be putting yourself to ensure that, okay, yes, I'm expecting a return, but I shouldn't expect maybe 1,000% return in a month or something like that. Speak to us on that.
Yes, true. Well, for passive income, because as my colleague said, Nafula, you have no control of the income that you're going to earn from it. So the idea of getting rich quick, you sleep today, tomorrow you are a millionaire. That idea, as long as the deal sounds too good to be true, automatically is not good. So you're supposed to, at least you put that effort, time, and with effort and time, and working smart, I'm sure, and at the end of the day, you'll be able to earn something. You continue reinvesting the amount that you're earning, and in the process, in some years to come, at least you'll be having some capital enough to do something big, maybe to build that rentals or to open up a studio that will be able to be marketing for big companies. But it just needs that step by step, and then in the process, you are able to reinvest the amount that you are getting, reinvesting, and you'll have enough capital to expand and to grow. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for that. Now, Nafuna, sometimes, they say if it's too good to be true, it's probably not true. Eh? So when someone is looking to invest in something, whatever it is, whether it's the bonds, whether it's the stock, whether it's property or whatever, what are some of the things they should look out for to ensure that they're on the right track? Because to somebody, they might be thinking 100% return is not too good. I just want that. But is there a certain percentage over which we are thinking that this might be a red flag, and what are some of the things that you should tick before you put your money in the hope of generating some passive income?
Oh, first of all, what I can say is that when you start thinking about beginning to generate your passive income, you have to keep in mind that this is something that's going to take a while. a period of time. It's not something that you wake up tomorrow and you suddenly have results. No, no, no. No, it's something that will take a while. Now, while you're thinking about it, like say, for example, you want to do the treasury bills or the infrastructure bonds, you have to check out the people who you're going to use, your fund managers. Are your fund managers regulated by Capital Markets Authority? That is very important. Your fund managers absolutely have to be regulated by the Capital Markets Authority. It's very easy to find that out. You can just go to their website and you'll be able to see a list of who they have regulated and who they have not.
That's the CME.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Another thing is when you're going to deal also with things like, say, money markets, and which I recommend very much because it allows the grassroots, it allows everybody to be able to generate income, you know. For as little as 100 shillings, you could actually start saving money in a money market and account, and it will be getting a daily yield, which is far much better than putting your money elsewhere.
People have different levels of discipline when it comes to saving and investing. Tell us about some of the products someone can use. Let's say for somebody, a standing order works for them, and that is their bank deducting an amount before now they take that money into something else. Tell us what other products banks can offer somebody who's looking to build their passive income.
For the bank as an Equity Bank, we have so many products that we can offer for someone, a youth or anyone who is willing to generate some passive income. We have high yielding savings account, that we have the Zijenge account, we have fixed deposit account, and also we have Easy Save account that you can operate through your mobile phone, through our app, and you can be able to be saving at least the small amount that you get as you sell your products or as you do your hustle, the one we call side hustle. You can be saving, and the moment it clicks 20,000, it will be earning some interest. So it's a way of getting that passive income. Also, as Equity, we sell bills and bonds, and for bills and bonds, we are able to earn some interest from the money that you have loaned the government. And also for the stock market, we offer shares for all the companies that they are in Nairobi Stock Exchange. You can able to buy those shares, sell those shares, and you are able to be earning some passive income. And lastly, for the youth that have kids, we have a junior member account that you can be able to be saving for your kid, and in the process, because the account will earn some interest, you'll be able to be earning some passive income in the process. So those are just some of the few things that we have, and I'll request maybe you can walk into Equity Bank and we learn more about those products that we have and the benefit that we will gain at the end of the day. And also we have financial advisors. Like I am a financial advisor. I train in financial education. We train you how to manage your finances, how to plan for your finances, and we're able to grow for you the passive income and also the active income. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Now I'd like us to talk a little bit about spreading your risk, because they say with any investment there's some risk involved. Of course, there are different levels of risks for different investments. But what would you say or advise young people listening? Is it better to spread your money around maybe 3, 4, 5 investments so that in case one doesn't work out, you have a fallback plan of 4? Or is it better to build up that nest and then put it in one thing? Because, you know, for example, let's say somebody who's starting out, let's say they have that 50,000 bob. Is it better to invest in a government security, or is it better to put a little bit, 10,000 in an MMF, 10,000 here, 10,000 there? What would you advise people? Because there's that thing that some people spread themselves too thin, and then you end up not even gaining anything out of it. So how do you balance the two?
Okay, I would advise people that when you're beginning, you just have to like invest in one area. You build up whatever capital you can so that you can diversify it. But when we're talking diversification, we do not mean that you put it in 10 million projects, you know. Yes, we just mean that you basically look at what will suit you at the moment. Yes, say for example, you're thinking that, hey, I need my money to work for me so that in 5 years time I could be able to maybe open up a business. In this case, you're going to be needing your passive income to grow in order for you to diversify into another field. In that case, I would advise that you place it in one area. Say, for example, with Equity Bank, and then it grows. From there, you can now have your baby. You can be able to give birth to your business, you know. That will make more sense than for you to put your money in so many different sockets.
Okay. Dennis, what do you have anything to add on that?
I think what Nafula said is true. You have to start small, and then with time, when you have enough capital, you can diversify just in case for the risk. You reduce the risk just in case one investment will collapse. At least you have others that will earn something. But start small and grow slowly. Step by step, you reach that point that you always dream to have, that financial goal that you always wish to have in life. Yeah.
And you're talking about this goal setting. How do we go about setting SMART goals? You know that acronym, the SMART goals. Because sometimes you have this dream. You have a dream. Maybe you want to own a piece of property or whatnot, but then when you look at your active income, which is where you're going to derive the money to put to generate the passive income, it's not really aligned with it. So how do you set SMART goals so that you don't reach a place and you're feeling discouraged because it's like you cannot attain that goal? So for example, maybe somebody who is starting out, Gen Z, for example, is maybe making 40,000, 50,000, for example, and they have that goal of getting an apartment, for example, that is maybe 8 million or something. How do you now go about saving and then investing to get that passive income so that you can reach there? Because sometimes it can feel discouraging. You feel like you're going to have to wait 30 years and it's like, oh my goodness, 30 years. You just think, let me just enjoy my money right now, because there's that saying that young people say that if your money can't solve your problems, eat it, which is not good. But that is where people find themselves sometimes when it's just too hard. So how do you go about it?
It's very easy to go about it. First of all, you're supposed to do a budgeting. Budget what you have. Know how you are living, how you are doing with your money. The moment you do a budget and you see your income is more, your expense is more than your income, it means you are living beyond your means. Automatically, you will not have any money to save. So first you do a budget. After you create that budget, note down all your incomes, then your expense. Make sure your expense are lower than your income. So the extra cash you're supposed to save. I usually tell the people that I train, it's good to do, we use a formula called 50-30-20 rule for saving. How you divide your income. 50 is for needs, the basic needs, rent, water, bills, and then 30% is for wants. Wants, credit, transport, those are wants. And then lastly, the 20% is for saving. The moment you use this formula to divide your income, I can assure you, the 20%, if you save it at the right place, this 20% will grow with time. And then in the process of growing this 20%, we invest it somewhere that it will be giving you passive income. So you will create another pipe where it will be bringing you more income. So in the process, that small steps, continue savings, make sure you save. Every month when you are paid, you save. Any income that you get monthly, save. First thing, save. After saving, invest. Invest in an asset, not a liability. You save to invest in an asset. An asset will generate more income. That income, you will use it to reinvest again. So those few steps that you take, will some years to come, it will be good cash, and you're able to attain those dreams that you have. That dream of buying a land, building a mansion, it will come true. It only needs time, effort, and dedication. Yeah.
I think Dennis has mentioned some very important points. He's talked about the importance of a budget and then the importance of saving first. So now tell us, Nafuna, how do you go about setting up a budget in a way that won't feel so tiring? Because sometimes people don't budget for the simple reason they feel like it's tiring. Am I going to be, okay, I go and buy a bun out there, I have to write it down. I go and buy a biro, I have to write it down. So sometimes people just don't feel like doing it because they feel it's so hectic. automatic. So is there a formula that people can just use to make sure that, yes, you're recording all your expenses so that you can know, is it aligned with your income, and then now you know how to save? Or how do we go about it to make it more interesting, especially for young people, because they just want things to be simple. You don't want to have to, like, oh my goodness, now I have to sit at the end of the month, I spent this. It's really tiring. So how do we make it practical for these people? And then, as he said, sometimes you find that your spending is more than your income. Now, how do you now move from there? Because sometimes you're like, okay, do I have to now move homes? Do I have to now cut out things? So talk to us about those two things.
Okay. When it comes to budgeting, as I said, he recommends a 50-30-20 rule, which is absolutely the way to go for me. When it comes to needs, as a young person, you probably are still either living with your parents or have just moved out. So you may not necessarily have all the needs that someone who's moved out would have, you know, someone who's been working for, say, maybe 5 years. Yes. So you first of all look at your expenditure. You budget before the month begins, right? You look at your expenditure. You're like, okay, fine. I'm definitely going to need water. I'm definitely going to need electricity. I'm definitely going to need rent. Or if you live with your parents, you may not. But these are necessities, as in, what can you not do without? You always have to think of that first, yeah? The things that if you did not have, like these days, you know, Wi-Fi has become a need. Yeah. Yes, you're like, can I go without the Wi-Fi? If you can't, then you put it as a need, you know? And then you think about, my money needs to grow. I need to put money somewhere, yeah? So now you start thinking, in about 3 months, say, for example, let me use the case of a lady, yeah? She's working and she's like, in 3 months' time, I definitely want to have a new pair of shoes. I want to have that nice outfit, you know, I want to be able to have beautiful hair. She needs to budget for it. So how does she do it? She writes down what she thinks would be her need in 3 months' time, and now she works towards that. She's like, fine, I cannot afford it this time, but among the 30%, I can put aside a little that will go towards my hair, maybe, or my shoes, or something of the sort, yes? But before you get to there, you have to think, I need to save, you know? Yeah. I need to put money aside for an emergency, you know? In this day and age, everyone has emergencies. It is quite sad that, for lack of a better word, people are dropping off like flies. I'm sorry to say so. And sicknesses have become very rampant, and everyone is expected to carry their weight. Everyone is expected to contribute for as long as you have a salary. So you must also make sure you account for that, you know? How would you account for that? Or how would I advise that you account for that? I would advise that you open up an account for emergencies, strictly for emergencies, you know? So you open up maybe a money market account, or you open up a bank account, but this account will only, where you'll be putting some money, maybe say 1,000 bob a month, maybe 2,000 bob a month. This account will grow slowly, and in case of emergencies, you get to dip your hand into the cookie and give it away, you know? You give it away. It does not mess with your expenses. Also, as a young person, there's something we call sherehe, and sherehe is very important for a young person. But before we start thinking about the sherehe, we have to start thinking about our livelihood. Once the bills are sorted, next we go to at least putting some money away for our emergencies, you know? And then after that, we think of putting a little money also aside for ourselves, you know, because you're thinking you pay the landlord, you pay the transport guy, you know, you pay everyone else but not yourself, and you as a person, you need to grow. So what do? You put some money aside, you pay yourself, you put this money aside so that it could benefit you for one reason or the other. So out of this money, I would suggest that maybe you sneak something small for your sherehe, because you have to reward yourself. If you do not reward yourself, it becomes taxing.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't want to save.
Yeah. I like that what you said, that yes, you need to have an emergency fund, but you also have to have that, sherehe, or just something to make you feel happy, so that you don't feel like it's such a bore, it's such a hectic thing to do. Thanks for that. And our time is fast running out, but Dennis, what can you tell the young people, the millennials, the Gen Zs, about the importance really of making sure that they put this money towards their passive income? Because delayed gratification, right now it looks like it's boring, I'd rather use all my money, but in future, when you have that money set aside and you don't have to keep on thinking like I have to work more than I should, then you will see the reward.
Yes, I would like to tell the young generation, right now is the right time. There's no right time for you to invest. That cash that you say is too little for you to save. That's the cash that you can start right now, and you're able to save with time, with effort, and determination. That cash will be enough money for you to buy a house. Right now is the right time for you to start saving. Look for someone who is good at financial advising, who can advise you the right places to go and invest your money. And when you come to Equity Bank as the Equity Group Foundation, we as trainers, financial education trainers, we train, we mentor, and lastly, we do something called business development services, where we are able to connect you with a consultant who will mentor you through the journey of mentoring your business, growing your business, and finally that small amount that you said, small amount, you will see it making a big impact in your life and a big impact in other people's life. So it's all about seeking the right advice and seeing the right people, and we are here for you. Anytime you come to Equity Bank, you will find youth like you who are ready to help you grow that 10 shillings to 1,000 in some few years to come. So seek information from the right people, and we shall grow together. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for that. So I like the way you said start right now, because there's no better time than right now. It's better to start and be somewhere rather than just sit and have nothing to show for it. So, and as you said, Equity has people to walk with you, mentors who can show you the way, and financial planners to help you through that journey. Thank you so much to both of you. This is a topic that we could go on and on about. But for today, I'd like us to end that on this note. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have understood that you need to grow your passive income, because you're not always going to be able to be an active worker. So until next time, this has been The Disruption Show. I have been your host, Claire Munde. Have a good evening.